boy Lance, and we back with another video. I hope y'all doing good, enjoying your day. Today, I want to talk about being a child of an immigrant, man. Because this is a topic that I wanted to talk about for a long time. It's dear to my heart, and I think a lot of people can relate to me and what I got to say. But before we get into that, make sure you like and subscribe, do all that beautiful stuff for me. And without further ado, let's get into it. So, first of all, being a child of an immigrant, my parents came from the beautiful country of Liberia, man. Liberia is in West Africa, for y'all that don't know. I know it's not a very talked about country like that. You know, most of the time people just think of Nigeria and South Africa most of the time, or like East African countries, but Liberia is number one, bro. Number one in the West. Don't let anybody tell you anything different. Now, my parents came here off of a diversity visa, which is it's like a lottery that the U.S. gives out to immigrants around the world. It's like you put your name in the lottery, and if you win, then you get a visa. So yeah, diversity visa. She came here. She was pregnant with yours truly, and yeah, man, she came to Minnesota, which I still don't understand why Liberians, and especially Liberians, because there's a huge Liberian population in Minnesota. How are you gonna go from hot to cold like that? To this day, I don't understand, but I blamed that one Liberian a long time ago that came here and said, "Oh, this place is nice, yeah. Oh, they come here to live good life, yeah." And then they started bringing more people, and then more started coming, and more started coming, and then more started coming, and then now it's Brooklyn Park. So shout out to everybody that live in Brooklyn Park watching this video. Tough for her, man. It was tough because you got a newborn baby, you're in a brand new country. I think she came here with maybe like $20-$30. Well, actually, no. I had an uncle that was in Kentucky going to medical school, but it was just her and, here in Minnesota, so it was kind of tough at first, getting acclimated to everything. And I think that's the thing that a lot of times that immigrants, we kind of overlook a lot of times. Like we're so used to, and you see it all the time, bro. I be seeing people online, coming for immigrants saying, "Oh, they're taking my job," and this and that. Bro, I hate hearing that bullshit. I really hate when people say that, like, I hear Hispanics crossing the border to come over here for a better life, and then you want to get mad if they're, taking your jobs. First of all, if somebody who doesn't speak English that well is coming here and taking your job, English speaker, and they coming here taking your job, that's a problem with you, not the immigrant coming over here. So we got to stop with that. But I think a lot of times we forget that these people are coming here from different countries. It's a new language they gotta learn, new culture. That, like, I know for my mom it was easy because in Liberia they speak English, so it was chill. But I know for a lot of other immigrants, you're starting life all over again. You know what I mean? So I really applaud them for that and all the sacrifices they made. So yeah, as a child of an immigrant, it's a lot of pressure, especially being the oldest. As myself, I have a little sister as well. But being the oldest, a lot of the pressure's on you because you're the one that's expected to, be the successful one. You're the one that's expected to, carry on the family legacy in a positive light. Now, as a kid, I still remember like going to school or being ashamed to talk about my culture to people, but it was just more that one, I went to a predominantly white school, so people really didn't care. They're like, it's like I would say, "Oh, I'm Liberian," like,
where, what? Like, is that a country?
Like, I would mean, like, and I was like, I would look at them sideways, but I'm like, I don't want to talk about that around y'all because y'all just gonna, just talk nonsense that I don't want to hear. You know what I mean? So even in class, teachers, can't pronounce your last name correctly, and niggas laughing at you in class, bro. That shit used to piss me off. It really. Anytime there was a sub that came to teach our class, and they're going through attendance, and they're calling everybody's name, and you kind of know after a while, every day you doing this. When it's time to like get to your name, and when they get to you, you were like, "Oh shit, here we go again." Totally wrong. I gotta explain it to you for like the millionth time. But yeah, of course, as most immigrants too as well, school is number one. They drill that into your head from the beginning. School is everything. Without school, you are nothing. That's kind of how our parents, raised us. Of course. But I feel like our generation now is slowly moving towards, moving away from that. I feel like my generation's, my generation's kids will be raised with like a different mentality, which is more like, I feel like on the creative side of things, we're allowing our kids to be, creatives, and which is not really looked at great upon in the African community. It's the whole doctor, lawyer, that shit. If it's a BC, bro, you about to get me, bro. I took some good whippings, bro, growing up. did I say problem? It's more like, yeah, I guess you could say problem. Would be like, it was hard to relate to the culture sometimes that like the white kids at my school were talking about, because you know, like a lot of times it was like pop music, a little bit of rap music here and there people would be bringing up in school, and I would always be confused because I'm like, bro, what are y'all talking about? Because in my house I was only allowed to listen to African music and gospel music. Those are the only stations you listen to. I don't listen to anything like, I don't like, you don't listen to anything else. You know what I mean? Like I didn't listen to rap music consistently until I was like 14, 15 years old. That's when I started listening to rap music. So it was like, it was a culture shock, man. And like doing certain things, you know, like sleepovers and stuff. You not sleeping at nobody's house unless your parents like really trust them. Like I had a couple sleepovers I went to, but it was only because like those like my friends' parents made an effort to go and meet my mom, get to know her, and talk to her about, you know, and make her feel comfortable with allowing me to go to their house. If their parents are not taking that extra step, bro, to make your mom be comfortable with you going over there, bro, you're not going anywhere, bro. You stay your ass home. So that was one thing that was always kind of funny, you know, like I always wanted to, you know, go to, you know, do certain things, or like, you know, go to parties and stuff like that, or go, you know, to sleepovers and things like that, but it was always kind of frowned upon, and you know, it didn't really happen like that. But it's cool though, you know, I still turn out okay. Look, bro, the food issue used to always piss me off, just for the fact that I've been called a fake Liberian sometimes by some people because I don't really eat African food like that. Like I have aunts and uncles that would see me, bro, and be like, oh,
you're American, true American boy.
You know what I mean? But it's like, I like what I like, you know. But Africans, Liberians especially, well, I'm gonna say Africans, but they just, it's rice Sunday through Saturday, bro. Rice, bro. I'm like, I'm good. Like I don't need to eat rice every single day, and that can't be healthy, bro. Too much of anything is not good for you. There's no way that can be healthy for you. Once or twice a week, bro, but can I get some chicken? Can I get, you know, and, you know, ordering food, that shit is not happening, bro. You know how many times, bro, I went to school or went to church, came back from some type of gathering or something like that, and I wanted to stop by McDonald's, bro, on the way home, asking hey, mom, can I get McDonald's? But
no, we got rice at us.
What? Like, you know, like as a kid, bro, that shit will piss you off, bro, because it's like you want to get something other than rice. When they always tell you, but they got food at the house, you got food at the house, and then you go to the house, and all that is, bro, it's just some soup that you don't even like, bro. It will piss off any child, bro. But you know, it is what it is. You know, money was always kind of tight, especially in the beginning. You know, my mom was in school for a little bit, so while she was in school, it was really tough sometimes with money and things like that. At the time, you know, me and my sister kind of just made everything like a joke out of it. You know, we kind of just laughed, just being regular kids, because we didn't really understand what was going on or the magnitude of the situation. Like I remember one time, my mom bought me like these ugly ass hiking shoes. I remember this shit vividly because she had just started going to nursing school. You know, it was her first semester. She was really nervous for everything, like, and her money was kind of tight. Like I looked at them because I was so used to wearing like Nikes, because even though she was broke all like the years before, she always found a way to get us, you know, nice things. You know what I mean? Like some like a cool pair of Nike shoes, something like that. You know, so she got me these ugly ass hiking shoes. I'm just looking at them, and instead of complaining, bro, I was just like, hey mom, thank you. I really appreciate these. You know, I appreciate it, because a lot of times we forget all the sacrifices that these people make for us and the things they had to do to, you know, to make us successful. And I think it's a really important thing that I give thanks and, you know, and you know, be empathetic to that and make sure that I understand, you know, where I came from. And it's a really humbling experience. It's very Liberia right now, you know, it's considered one of the poorest countries in the world, man. It's kind of rough over there. I don't want to always just point the negative on it, because the media already does a great job of making, you know, Africa seem like it's just a poor man's, you know, a poor man's place, man. Like everybody there is poor and nobody has shoes, flies on your face, all that shit, bro. And I'm like, nah. I actually took time to research Africa and look it up. You would see there's people over there living 10 times better than most Americans. Hopefully, you know, my goal is, you know, in a few years after this channel blows up, which it will very soon, that I can take some of that money, go back home and start rebuilding it, you know, build hospitals, mental health centers, because a big part of the reason why Liberia is where it is now is because of the war that a civil war that occurred in the 90s and early 2000s, being one of the, top countries in Africa to one of the poorest. So in a span of over, a 10 to 15 year span. So I know in my heart that eventually my country will get back to where it needs to be. I try not to focus on the negative and all the war and pain and death and all that, but let's just focus on the positive and the now and the direction that we can go. I mean, if you're at the bottom, the only place you can go is up. So I try to keep a positive energy and positive mindset towards it, and my country gonna be on top very soon, and you're gonna be hearing about it. Trust me. But I'm gonna leave it there. Shout out to all my immigrants out there, all my parents, immigrant parents, first generation Americans in the US, or wherever you are, if you're watching this video around the world. Make sure to like and subscribe to this video. I'm gonna make more of these sit down videos because I like talking to y'all, getting all intellectual with y'all, and I'm gonna catch y'all in the next one. Peace.